Hello and welcome to another Gaming with Killatia. Today we're taking a look at the new PlayStation 3 game, Legasista. I hope I pronounced that name correctly. The game stars our hero Alto as he travels to the mysterious Ivory Tower to find an ancient weapon that can change his sister back, who was transformed mysteriously into a crystal. How one transforms into a crystal is a mystery to me as well. With some help from Miss Dungeon, as well as an hour-long tutorial, you finally find the ancient weapon shaped like a humanoid girl known as NIS. But before the mysterious ancient weapon can do the necessary requirements to transform your sister back to human, her circuitry goes haywire and she loses all of her memories. Now it's up to you and NIS to go throughout the dungeon and find all the necessary parts to get her memories back in shape. Without spoiling any more of the story, it does develop quite nicely throughout the game, with NIS becoming much more of an interesting character, Alto becoming more determined to save his sister, as well as the both of them meeting new characters that are entering the Ivy Towers for their own motives as well. As for the gameplay, Legasista is your basic dungeon crawling RPG. It's not my favorite RPG format, because more often than not, I feel like these games become repetitive real quickly. And with Legasista, it does become a little bit repetitive as well, but there are some things that the developers have implemented to make it feel not so repetitive as your other dungeon crawler RPGs. The biggest example I can think of is whenever you pick up a new part for NIS to eat, the game will automatically unlock a new game mode for you to play around with, like an exploration mode for the bean sprouts, a jukebox, and even the Rad Gin dungeons. But my favorite feature that I have unlocked is the character creation mode, which you can create a new character outside of the main characters to join you in the quest to save your sister. I myself have made a samurai, which I will admit, is no samurai Sentai Shikenja, but he's much more samurai than all the samurai Power Rangers put together. As for the combat itself, it's nothing too fancy. It's your basic hack and slash affair, but I do like the fact that you can quickly switch your characters around with the flick of the right analog stick. The one thing I didn't like about Legasista is the graphic design. To be fair, it's not too bad, and each dungeon has their own unique environmental designs, but the overall presentation is bland and doesn't really do that good of a job to convey the role that the characters are in. Now I know some people may disagree with me about the graphics, but with 2D style graphics in general making a slow but noticeable combat the last few years, I would have loved to see a little bit more detailed into the designs of the world and in the characters as well. Like I said earlier in the review, dungeon crawling games like Legasista isn't usually my cup of tea, but I have enjoyed my time with the game. Granted, the gameplay can be a little bit repetitive, and I'm not the biggest fan of the graphic design, but it's the story about these characters and the new unlocks that I discovered throughout the game that really kept me hooked onto it. If you're a fan of dungeon crawling RPGs, or even JRPGs, I do recommend giving this game a shot because I'm sure you will have fun with this game, maybe even more so than I had. It is available for your PlayStation 3 through the PlayStation Network in the USA. Overall, I give Legasista a solid C. This is Killatia signing off. Hope to see you next time.
やったぜ。私強い。